Good morning, everybody. So today is Tuesday, and I decided I was going to can up this chili today because I'm figure get the room, get this stuff out of my fridge, and get it done. So first, I've got my 2 pounds of ground beef that are going just right in here. It's probably a little more than 2 pounds, but so I'm just going to get this fried off, the ground beef fried off, but I'm also going to be adding, once I get this broke up, I'm hoping you guys can see this good. And by the way, my pot really isn't that dirty or stained. It looks really bad on the camera, but it's not. I'm not sure why it has that big of a color difference in there. And I haven't added oil. I never add oil. I know some people do. I don't. Okay, so I have some mushrooms that I have. Oh, hang on. Okay. I have mushrooms that I've quartered. These are clean. I did all this prep work last night just to save myself some time. And I have some sliced mushrooms in here from earlier in the week that I just want to get used up. I have 4 green peppers that I've chopped and diced up that are going in there. And I have another one that's actually ready just in case I want to add another thing of, whoops, just in case I want to add another thing of peppers to this. And I do have some jalapenos out in the garden that I could add to this, but I'm not going to do that. Now I'm also going to add, now I'm not going to add all of it right now, but I have a Spanish onion and a sweet onion. I think in the States you refer to them as Vidalia, I think. I've only ever seen them called sweet onions here. I can't say as I've ever seen them called Vidalia, but I think that is the same thing. We're just going to put that in here. Actually, maybe I will put it all in there. Because onions cook down. Yeah, it's all going in there. Onions. Oh, yeah. Told hubby I wasn't sure if I was going to use both onions or not. Why not? I'm making this big. You can see everything is chunky. Why? Because that's how we like it. Okay, so I'm going to let this cook up and fry up. And no, I won't be draining any of the grease or anything, because there really shouldn't be that much grease from the meat. So, okay. So I'm going to let this cook up for a while. And I'm going to get my beans and stuff prepared. And then we'll be back once this is cooked down a little bit and all those jars are cracked open and ready to go. Okay, you know what, guys? I completely forgot that I was not using a can of crushed tomatoes for this. I'm using actual tomatoes, because when we were at the grocery store picking up stuff, we found these peppers on for a great price, the onions on for a great price, the mushrooms for a good price. And the local grocery stores are carrying baskets of tomatoes. So we bought a basket of fresh tomatoes that I am using in here instead of crushed tomatoes. And I just washed them, I'm taking the top off, and I am just putting them in the chili here. These are going to cook down with the chili and make a sauce. I don't know if I'm going to use a whole basket. What is the basket? 3 liters. A basket is 3 liters of tomatoes. Sorry guys, I couldn't remember. Just going to put the top in there. Okay. So I guess this is something a little different from my last chili recipe that I did. Because yes, I don't follow the canning book for chili. I just make it and I can it to meet times. And because I put beans in it, I can only can it in pints, which is okay because that's all we use. We only use pints anyway. I think I'm going to end up by using the whole basket. Ooh, that's a good firm one. I'm going to use the whole basket of tomatoes in here to give it that really good sauce. Gosh, these are good tomatoes. Okay. But I'm not going to make you guys stand or sit there or stand. I don't know what you're doing. And watch this. Okay. So we'll be back when I'm about ready to start adding the beans and that kind of stuff to this. So we'll be back. Or when I remember I need to add something else to it before beans. Depends. We'll be back. Okay. So I'm not ready to add beans yet. And I don't even think I'm done adding tomatoes yet. But I need to get a little more liquid in here so I can start cooking down these tomatoes a little easier. Getting them softer. So I'm going to start adding in a couple of my liquid ingredients to this. So I got 1 jar of salsa, juice and all. That's going right in there. Now I do have a second one that's ready, but I don't know if I'm going to add it yet. And I have 2 cans of tomato paste here. Why tomato paste and not tomato sauce? Well, because I have no tomatoes down in my basement right now. None. Waiting for tomatoes to get ripe and ready and them to go for that good price at the grocery store and for mine to be ready out of the garden. So, until then, I gotta make do with what I got. See, and now, ooh, adding that salsa really helped. Okay, so adding this in, what this is going to do is help me break down those tomatoes a little easier. Because I don't put a lid on my chili. I don't want any more water being added into it than the juice from the vegetables. I let it cook with the lid off of it. My spoon was bending. I had to fix that. Okay. Ooh, gosh, doesn't that look good? Well, let me tell you, adding that salsa, it made it smell absolutely wonderful. Okay. So, now I'm going to keep adding my tomatoes in here. So I still have a few more tomatoes, but get that in there. And then I'll continue on with opening up my jars of beans and that and getting them ready for going in here. Because beans I add very last. I just put them in to get them warmed up. Then I got to add my spices and that. So, we'll be back. Okay, so it is now time to start adding my beans. Now I can't add them all at once. And that is just mainly because I ran out of room in my strainer. But these ones are tomato beans. I'll try and leave links for everything, either in iCards or in the description down below, for everything I'm adding in here. I'm sorry if I'm blocking the camera with the jar. Okay. Now, in here I have a combination of kidney beans, chili beans, pinto beans, black beans. I think that's all in that one. And I'm still going to be adding in some plain navy beans that haven't, just plain navy beans. And I can't remember what all else I have over there. Okay. Oh, goodness gracious, this is looking delicious. Okay, now let's... Okay, I'm gonna pause you guys for a moment. I wanted to get the other beans rinsed off. So I got my navy beans and the last jar of chili beans in there. Let's get that stirred in. This smells and looks so good. Okay, now I need to get my spoon. So I'm not sure if I need to add, I probably need to add some salt. Oh yeah. I was pretty certain with all that tomato I was adding in there I needed some salt. So I'm going to put in, because that's a fair bit, add in 3 to start. Get that stirred in. Get my chili powder. And my garlic powder, because I don't have any fresh garlic right now, so that's probably a good like 2 tablespoons. Oh yeah, I smell the garlic now. Okay. Chili pepper, or chili powder, sorry. Guys, I eyeball. That's probably about 2 teaspoons. Oh, I know what I'm forgetting. I know it's in the chili powder, but gotta add that cumin in here. And just a little bit of ginger, because it does taste really good in there. Okay. Let's get that stirred up in there. Okay. Let's get a spoon. Give this a taste again, see where we're sitting. Chili powder. Now remember, spices intensify. Make sure you remember that when you're doing these. The salt was just perfect on that, because that was all fresh tomatoes and tomato paste. No salt added there. Actually, I don't think there was any salt. Well, the beans, but I rinsed the salt off. Okay, let's try again. Don't you hate that when you make something, you're like, it's missing something? You just can't put your finger on it. That's what I'm having right now. Just can't put my finger on what's missing. Maybe it needs a little more garlic. Let's add a smidge bit more garlic. See if maybe that's what's missing. We'll add a little bit more cumin. Give that a stir. A spoon, give her a taste. Yummy. Yep. Yep, that was what it needed. Okay. Now, I don't think I'm going to add anything else to this, although I'm debating if I want to add some more peppers to it. So I got lots of peppers in the fridge. But this honestly is looking beautiful just the way it is. Not really feeling the need to add more to this. I was hoping it was going to be bigger. I guess I could add more jars of beans to it to bulk it up again. But I don't know, I think that's a perfect ratio, just right like that. The tomatoes have broken up very nicely. They'll break up even more in the canning process. So I think now I'm just going to get my jars ready. Let this simmer for a bit longer, and then I'll taste it one more time to make sure it's still where I want it. As you know, sometimes when you're cooking things down, the flavors change a little bit. So, we will be back. Probably when I'm ready to put this in jars. Okay. So, I've got my jars. They're nice and warm here. And, you know, oh, guys, seriously, it wouldn't be me if I didn't forget something. Right back. Okay. Now I'm back. Now I have everything. Okay. So we're going to fill it an inch headspace. And I have my pot facing the wrong way. Gotta turn it. There we go. Okay. So with an inch headspace, make sure to debubble this because there's lots of spots where air bubbles can hide in there. Wipe our rim. Bend down, grab your vinegar, and realize you really need to vacuum your floors. Wipe your rim, get it all nice and clean. Oh, I did make a little mess. Would you look at that? Huh, okay. Put your lid on there. Get your ring, put her on. And this can's for 75 minutes. So I'm gonna get these all filled up and we'll be back when they're all done. And here is the chili. These ones are the ones that sealed. This is still the same day. Oh, need to wash them. So these 15 jars here have sealed. These 5 over here, they have not, and they most likely will not seal, and that's okay. These are actually going to be part of our dinner tomorrow night. I actually intentionally did that this way. So whatever jars didn't seal, that was going to be our dinner. I'll make up some potato wedges and stuff like that to put on top of the chili, or you can have chili and toast, you know. But these 15 are going to go onto the shelf. So I'll take that as a win. Only 5 jars out of 20 that didn't seal. I'll take it. So I hope you guys liked the video again. And as you've seen, I made it very differently this time than I made it the other time. So I hope you guys have a good one. Bye.